All right, so tonight I want to talk about whoopsies. I'm not talking about, that third child who is 10 years younger than the now middle child. I'm not even talking about, not having enough bread flour and having to resort to all-purpose flour, or, having grated cheese instead of fresh mozzarella. I'm not talking about any of those whoopsies. Those are all valid whoopsies. I'm actually talking about the kind of whoopsie where your customer hits a delete endpoint and suddenly a bunch of data that they really needed goes away. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's the endpoint that deletes, and I'm talking about hard delete. It is gone, gone, gone. That whoopsie is a whoopsie that all of our APIs need to not allow our customers to do. So what does that mean? It does not mean that we fake deletions, right? There's some companies that do that. If you work for one of them, maybe you go to jail. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. But the reality is that we need to delete data, but we need to do it as a soft delete. And that's what I want to talk about today, is a soft delete. All right, so when you don't want it anymore, what do? You put it in the trash can, right? And unless you're a crazy person, you probably don't have trash picked up every single day, right? So when you put something in the trash, what happens? You've got a little bit of time to second guess yourself, right? Or to undo that whoopsie. Like maybe, you got a new iPhone case. You're like, oh, this is awesome. And then you try it on and you realize, actually, this sucker is so slippy, I'm gonna drop it left and right, and I'm gonna probably do more damage to the phone than if I went without a case at all. So you go back to the trash, right? Because it's not been trash day. You pull that out and you return to Amazon, and they cover up a multitude of sins because that's just what Amazon does. That's the type of thing that I think we need to have in our API experiences. And so, I mentioned it, we're gonna talk about soft deletes and what that flow looks like. We're gonna talk about soft deletes on your API endpoints. Okay, so here's the thing. When you delete a record, you should soft delete it, which means that it's not gonna be visible from your list, your search, your get endpoints, unless the customer explicitly says, show me the deleted thing. Now, what that means though, is that you're gonna hang on to that thing for a little while, right? You're going to basically say, I'm gonna hang on to, let's say 14 days, right? In the trash bin, as it were. And in the trash bin, what you're gonna wanna do is still make it available, right? And you can do that through an endpoint, like I said, an explicit, like show deleted. But you basically wanna get it out of the view. And obviously, like if you do that, you're gonna need to be able to restore those deleted things, which is really important, right? Because if I have my whoopsie, it's gotta come back again. That's the whole point. And then ultimately, what you're gonna find out is that you are going to need to delete all those things, probably in bulk or batch or whatever, do some type of async job when you hit that 14-day period. And the crazy thing about that is your databases will actually love you, right? Because when you delete individual things, almost all the time, that's bad, they get angry. And you'll be able to delete those things in off hours when people aren't calling your APIs, and it's gonna be amazing. Your service is gonna be better, you're gonna be able to protect from the whoopsie, and your customers are gonna love you. And that ultimately is what we're trying to do with our APIs. We are trying to make our customers love their experiences. So I'm Stan Lemon, I design APIs, and the piece is pretty good too.